video, we will discuss about the origin and definition of tort, and we will also discuss who is a tort feasor. So in this video we will be looking at the origin of the word tort, then definition of the word tort, then we will look at who is a tort feasor or wrongdoer, and the principal aim of law of torts. So origin and meaning of the word tort. The word tort is the French equivalent of the English word wrong and of the wrong term delict. So tort essentially is not an English word, it's a French word, and in French it means wrong. So the word tort is derived from the Latin term tortum, which means twisted. And originally the word tort came from a Latin word called tortum, which means twisted. And what does it mean now? It now means a breach of some duty independent of contract, which giving rise to a civil cause of action which compensation is recoverable. Example, public nuisance. What do I mean by it? So if let's say someone is breaching a duty which is independent of a contract, there is no contract between two parties, but he is doing something wrong, and that is causing a nuisance, a civil cause. Civil cause means causing a problem to the public. Then if he has to pay some compensation, and the compensation is recoverable, then it is a tort. For example, public nuisance. Second thing is definition of tort. So definition of tort, there are many definitions out there. This is the most popular one. A tort may be defined as a civil wrong independent of a contract, for which the appropriate remedy is an action for unliquidated damages. So what do I mean by it? What does it mean? A tort may be defined as a civil wrong. It's a civil wrong. It's not a criminal wrong. Civil wrong means infringement to a person's right. Infringement to a person's right. And it's independent of a contract. There is no contract between two parties. And the remedy is for the tort, the appropriate remedy is an action for unliquidated damages. So what do you mean by unliquidated damages? So unliquidated damages means damages that cannot be foreseen or accessed by a fixed formula. We cannot foresee unliquidated damages. It is established by a judge or jury. A judge has to decide how much damage is there, how much that person has to pay. Okay, so the amount of damages is unidentified or subject to an unforeseen event that makes the amount not calculable. That's the thing. And next is tort feasor or wrongdoer. So what do you mean by this? Tort feasor means is the person who is committing a tort is called as a tort feasor. So tort feasor, which means the wrongdoer, especially if he is doing something wrong which will come under the law of torts, then he is also known as tort feasor. Wrongdoer is more of a general term. And the principal aim of the law of torts. The principal aim for the law of torts is compensation for the victims and sometimes deterrence of the wrongdoer. Deterrence means the action of discouraging an action or event through instilling doubt or fear of the consequences. So that's it for the video. Like, share and subscribe the channel. Thank you.